What is a good ROAS is an age-old question that people have been asking since the dawn of time. And when you Google it, the problem with it is you get a ton of different results that are not specific to your business, and it can be, pretty confusing. In this video, I'm going to show you how to calculate ROAS using this calculator specifically for your business, and you'll get lots more metrics like your break-even ROAS and things like that, and it's really helpful. There's a lot of tools like this out there, but this is by far the best one that I found. If you don't know what ROAS is, you probably won't be watching this video, but for those of you who are new to e-commerce, a basic ROAS calculation is your sales divided by your ad spend. So if you spend $100 on ads and you got $400 in sales, that equals a 400% ROAS. And some people refer to this as a 4 ROAS or a 4-to-1 ROAS. It just depends. So let's just jump straight into the tool. It's completely free to use, and yeah, it's really good. So I'll leave a link to this in the description so you can go and use it yourself. So I'm just going to go straight in here and I'm going to make up some numbers. So let's say that my ad spend is $1,000 or pounds, depending on where you are. This will work for any currency. And my revenue from ads is going to be £5,000. And then orders from ads, let's say I've had 50. And the next part is really important. You need to input your approximate gross margin. So if you don't know how to calculate gross margin, it's pretty simple. So this is your sales minus the cost of your product or service. This will work for services as well as e-commerce businesses. And that equals your gross profit. You then take your gross profit and you divide it by your sales, and then you times it by 100 to make it into a percentage, which is then your gross margin percentage. An example of this would be if your sales are $120 and at cost of your product is $60, that gives you a $60 gross profit. 60 divided by 120 is 0.5. 0.5 times 100 is a 50% gross margin. And you need to make sure that you exclude tax on this. So if you're in the UK, don't include VAT in these figures. So I'm going to say as an example here that my gross margin is 40%. And you need at least 30 days of ad spend. If you haven't actually run any ads yet and you're trying to look for benchmarks, what you want to hit, then you could just put 30 days in, that's fine. And then I've just got to put my email in and my website. Obviously that is not my real website, but okay. And then it will pretty quickly give you some really helpful numbers. I'm just going to move myself out of the way. So these are the figures that I put in, and then this is the output here below. So my average order value is 100. My gross margin value is 2,000, and my return on ad spend is 5. And then you've got things like cost per acquisition and gross profit. Obviously, this doesn't include your other costs of business if you've got staff and things like that. So it says here, based on the data you've given us, your ROAS generated gross profit. Great. So what you've then got over here is some other helpful figures. So based on what I've put in, your break-even ROAS should be 2.5. So that's to make no gross profit here. This is just strictly breaking even. I would need a ROAS of 2.5 with these figures that I've put in. And it's saying here, a minimum suggested ROAS would be 3.57 to make some profit. Now, you can play around with this all you want. if I wanted to go in and say, actually, I've had £10,000 worth of revenue and I'm going to say 1,500 worth of spend and hit recalculate, it will just change all the figures for you. And you can play around with it to your needs. And that's it. I hope you found this helpful. This is definitely the best calculator that I have found. Yeah, feel free to have a go. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it if you stayed to the end of the video. And yeah, see you next time.